Welcome to Tower Bliss. So this is another picker card, and the question is, how do they truly feel about you? So you have five options here. This is option one, two, three, four, and five. The timestamps will be in the description box. You can even pause the video to choose your particular pile. And so let's proceed with your reading. Okay, the ones we have already chosen. The first card is the Ace of Cups. Then you have the Justice, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Six of Wands, Yang card, and then you have the Soulmates. And the two messages that you have: life is becoming beautiful, leaning towards spirituality. Okay, so if I look at these cards here, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Justice card, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Six of Wands. And here, if I look at these cards properly, the Justice and the Six of Wands is one person. I'm like, that is the characteristic, or that is how one person is behaving in this connection. And the other cards, Ace of Cups, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, is another person. So, one of you in this connection, okay, wants to offer their cup of love as well as their world to you. Because I see like the Justice is right there sitting and in power, but you look at the Ace of Cups, it's like a person is offering their emotions, and cups usually represents emotions and feelings. So definitely these emotions that they're feeling is overflowing. Okay, it's almost like pure a sense of, I mean, like Ace of Cups is definitely a new beginning, but then it's a spark of emotions that you feel towards someone and it's overflowing. So definitely this plays with your mind as well, so there's imagination involved. Okay, something that excites you, that is the Ace of Cups. And then you have the Two of Wands, and you look at this particular person again, it's like a hand offering, and they have their a globe on their hand. So it is like someone wants to offer their emotions as well as their world to you. Okay, to the Justice, to someone, either you can be a Libra sign, but then with Justice card, definitely, I'm like, you're very much in your power, and it's like you either you're like, the Justice usually is a person who is very fair, and I'm like, they want honesty. If I give out honesty to someone, I definitely require the same in return. The Justice is like, if I give you this, I want the same in return. So definitely there's someone who's wanting to offer their emotions as well as their world to you. And what I feel like, maybe this particular person that you're probably thinking about is not the same, or it can be like you don't see this coming, because I think you're not expecting this. Because with the Two of Wands, if I look at this particular person, you see there's someone behind him with a Page of Swords, like there's a back turn towards this Page of Swords. Again, there's like, you see the direction of their eye is towards this particular person, but then there's someone else coming in. So what I feel like, this will come as a surprise to you, like you're not going to expect, maybe it's going to be a different person, or you didn't expect this information to come your way. Okay, with the Page of Swords and with the Knight of Swords, so there's definitely some form of communication that is coming your way, and it's going to come very rapidly and very quickly into your life. And then there's one, I'm like, this particular person is keeping tabs on you. They are like, maybe they haven't expressed their emotions as of yet. It can be with the Page of Swords and with the Two of Wands, awaiting energy. So definitely some form of waiting, but then I feel like now someone is definitely ready to give you or express their emotions as well as their world to you, because I think one of them is already planning on moving ahead, or it has happened that with the Six of Wands, you're getting attention from a lot of people. some form of accomplishment or something that I think people are recognizing you, seeing you. You have worked on yourself. I feel like you're looking very beautiful or something like that with the Six of Wands. So there's some level of success. So how do they feel about you? They want success with you, but definitely they want to offer their love as well as their world. Or you probably mean the world to this particular person, but they haven't express these emotions to you as of yet, and they're wanting to rush in to express the same thing. And you might be a little defensive towards this person. It can be like there's a defense mechanism, or just not focusing on this particular person. It will come as a surprise. That's I truly believe that it's going to come as a surprise, because I don't think you see this coming with his back turned. His back is like it's not exactly turned, but then I feel like his he's looking elsewhere, okay, and then this particular person is rushing in. That's what I feel. And again, there's a back turn, so I don't see. I think that you won't see this coming. And with the Yang card and with the Soulmate card, again, there's some form of surrender in this card. Like if I look at this card properly, you have given, or one particular person has surrendered to the other. So, what I feel like this particular person would want to surrender to you, or is willing to surrender. Like they have finally recognized this is a connection that they have been wanting. And with the Yang card talks about manifesting everything that you desire. So, this is a connection that's going to give you everything that you desire. And if it's not going to give you, you're willing to walk away, you're willing to like move towards something better. Okay, and I think somewhere you're going to also, like, I feel like you're going to lean towards spirituality, because the Ace of Cups also talks about being spiritual. So I think there's been some level of internal work that's being done in this particular pile. Like whoever's chosen this particular pile, you have grown emotionally, or you can say there's a lot of spiritual beliefs, or a strong spiritual foundation that you have regarding this connection. Or it can just be like some form, a level of accomplishment that I see with the Six of Wands. I think people are recognizing you, people are seeing you for who you are, or maybe this particular person is realizing your worth. And yeah, that was your reading, and I hope you get some form of clarity out of this. Thank you. Okay, the ones who've chosen option two, your cards are, the first card you have the Eight of Wands. Then you have the Hierophant, the Devil, the Empress, Eight of Pentacles, to the Sea, and then you have Regeneration. So, unexpected surprises, relationship will improve. Okay, so how do they truly feel about you? So, in this particular connection, I see that there's going to be a major change. And why I say there's going to be a major change, not because like a relationship is going to improve, but because if I see these two cards, the devil is not a very positive card, and you look at the Empress, and Empress is a very positive card. So, from something very negative, if right now in your connection there's something very toxic going on, there's a lot of obsession or recognition of the fact that this connection is turning out to be toxic, I feel like it's going to improve with the devil. And then besides that, you have the Empress. So this connection is going to see a major shift, a major change, because Eight of Wands also talks about a change, a quick change, a really fast change. Okay, so there's going to be some form of communication, or there's going to be some form of change, communication about some level of commitment that you want. There's going to be I think this particular person also recognizes or has come to a realization that this connection is more than what meets the eye. So everything that's going on in the dark, if you look at the Devil card, okay, there's a there's a black background, or it's a complete dark background. And what does this talk about? This talks about the fact that whatever is going on in this connection, most of the things are happening underneath, things that aren't on the outside, or it's just in a very dark place. All of these things are happening. The obsession that's going on in this connection, it can be a physical obsession, it can be a strong obsession that's turning out to be toxic, and the strong realization and knowledge that where this obsession is coming from. So I think with the keys, my eyes are being drawn to the keys, so I feel like there's certain amount of knowledge or recognition of the fact, like, wanting to know where this obsession is coming from, because they also recognize the fact that, okay, there's a strong bond between the both of you. There's, if you see in this connection, I'm like in this card with the devil card, you see there's lovers. Okay, when you look at the lovers card and you look at the devil card, the two figures over there, it's the same figure in the lovers card. So I think there's a strong realization of the fact that, yeah, it is love, but it's also becoming toxic, or there's some negativity in this connection that needs to change. And I see there's a positive change that's going to happen, because there's the Empress card. And Empress also talks about a strong love, or seeing someone in a very good light, because the Empress is unconditional love, true love for me. Okay, so with the Empress card, this talks about like wanting to take the connection to another level, or commitment, like you're going to get the commitment that you require from this particular person. With the Hierophant and with the Empress card, definitely communication of some level of commitment, or wanting something serious with you. Okay, I see that happening. And with the Eight of Pentacles, even if you don't agree to it right away, this particular person is going to be persistent. He or she is not willing to give up on you. Okay, and I see with the Devil card, it's going to persist for a long period of time. So if now there's a lot of toxicity in this connection, you don't have to worry, just go with the flow. There's deep emotions involved with To the Sea. I see that there's like, a very strong sense, or a very strong need to focus on yourself, or focus on like, yeah, focus on yourself. Because with the To the Sea, if you look at this particular card here, there's this person, lady, who's like just looking down. Okay, so there's like, if you're feeling if you're feeling burdened, or if you're feeling very negative about this connection, you don't have to worry, things are going to improve. To the Sea, it is Six of Swords to me. So if you've not been seeing any sort of improvement, or like no sort of rewards being shown in this connection, definitely things are on the horizon, or things are going to look good now. Okay, and with the Regeneration card, this talks about second chances. This is a Judgment card for me, so it talks about second chances. It's like things are going to start fresh. I mean, like, even if like everything feels really down and toxic at this moment, know that there's going to be new growth. Okay, and this, I mean, like, things have to go bad before they become better. It's something like that. So the worst is going to be in your past now. Okay, and there's better things coming for you. There's going to be improvement in your finances, there's going to be improvement in your connection, and there's going to be improvement in yourself as well. And with the Empress card, the Empress card is a very strong card that actually tells the person to take care of themselves. The Empress card, because she's so loving and caring and nurturing, she often gives too much of herself to other people, that she fails to recognize her needs, her wants. So this, the Empress card talks about, go have, make yourself, splurge on yourself, make yourself feel good. Okay, focus on looking beautiful. Because I mean, like, if even if you're someone who does not really bother about how you look, but then the way you look will also enhance your confidence. Okay, it'll make you look pretty, you'll feel good about yourself overall. So what I feel like with this particular connection, there's going to be like major shifts, changes are going to happen, and things are going to improve for the better. Okay, and definitely I feel like this is almost like unconditional love, true love. There's a sense of, I'm like, the Empress is usually a very strong love card for me. Like at the top, okay. The Lovers card also talks about the fact that there's a there's a choice between two people, there's a decision to be made. But when I look at the Empress, she is like the ultimate, okay, someone that you want to settle down with, someone that you want to make a family with. So that is the Empress to me. Okay, so that was your reading, and I hope you get some form of clarity out of this. Thank you. Okay, the ones who've chosen pile 3, your cards are Ace of Wands, Magician, Page of Cups, King of Cups, the Sun, New Life, and Chalkwood. New Life and Chalkwood, okay? The two messages you have is start something new and feel inspired. If I look at the Ace of Wands, the Magician, Page of Cups, King of Cups, the Sun card, New Life, and Chalkwood. So this definitely is someone new. Okay, if it isn't someone new, I feel like there's going to be renewal of passion in your connection, renewal of things like things looking better, things like starting fresh, or all of that stuff. Okay, but with the Ace of Wands, with the Magician card, with the Sun card, and with the New Life, definitely I feel like life is bringing you or giving you another chance at love, or bringing the right person into your life. Because Ace of Wands, you're going to have a strong passion towards each other, a physical attraction, okay, with the Ace of Wands. And the Magician is someone who's like, the Magician is a very good card for a love reading, okay, because I see it very positive. I'm going to read it positively. The Magician talks about like having everything that you've desired in a person. So, what I feel like with the Magician card and with the Ace of Wands, first thing you're going to have like this particular person is going to feel strong sexual attraction or would find you physically very attractive. They would find you charismatic, they would find you like I'm like everything that they have ever truly desired. So that is the Magician. And I think it would be the same for you as well. So with the Page of Cups and with the King of Cups, if at all in the beginning, it can happen that when you start off the relationship, this can happen that this particular person is all about himself or herself, like it's my needs, my wants, and all of that stuff. There's definitely a lot of drama, and there's definitely, how do I put this, the Page of Cups is someone who's like who has a dreamy nature. They have this really strong belief in love, or you can just say like just like a filmy love, or in films how in movies they show you the kind of love, so they kind of expect that kind of romance and all that stuff. So it is going to be filled with a lot. You're going to have your own love story here pan out for you, okay? But then initially the beginning of the relationship can turn out to be something like they're all about themselves, because the Magician is also about himself. The Page of Cups is also about his own needs, his own satisfaction, his own, like it's like the I'm like, I need to feel good about myself. They truly find you cool and all of that stuff. So this can be a drawback in the beginning of the relationship. But as this relationship progresses, you're going to realize that they're going to feel, this particular person is going to grow. Okay, with the Page of Cups, then turning out to be King of Cups, I definitely see them growing. Like the immaturity is going to go away. Now he's going to start thinking about you. Maybe this particular person never had, they can be the only child in the family, or it can happen that this particular person never had anyone to like show them that they need to be thinking about someone else as well. So with the King of Cups, I see that change, a major shift, a major change happening in this particular person, where they're going to really care for someone else, like truly. And the King of Cups is usually someone who's like loyal to a fault. So, King of Cups, you can count on them. Emotionally, you can count on them, okay? Like they're going to be there for you. So, this is that kind of person, the King of Cups. And then you have the Sun card. I mean, like, I think life is going to seem brighter, more beautiful. You're going to be happy with this particular person because they understand you emotionally. This is a King of Cups, is usually someone who has a strong emotional quotient, or they understand people emotionally really well. And with the sun card, you're going to have this happy time, fun time. You probably would feel like, you know, feel like a child again with this particular person. I think you won't. This can be someone older because that's what I'm like. I think beginning of the relationship, it can um, turn out to be like, okay, you're not, they're all about themselves, but I don't see that happening in the future. Like the connection looks really very good with the King of Cups and the Sun. The King of Cups is like a marriage material, someone that you can truly settle down with, and the King of Cups is also someone who said is like willing to settle down. And then the Sun card, I see like they're going to make real progress towards being a better person for you. And with the Sun card, what I have a feeling like, um you can, I'm like that's a pregnancy card as well. So I think this particular person would want to have a family with you because the King of Cups is marriage material, and and he wants to settle down. So it is like, I feel like, you might start a family with this particular person. It can be that. And with a new life in the chopwood, a new life suggests like starting fresh, a new phase of your life, everything like new, a whole new chapter of yours. So it can happen that you will settle down with this particular person. And right now, if things are not looking that great, don't worry about it, because things will start to progress in a better direction. Okay, and you're going to start something new, you're going to feel inspired, and you're going to start something new. That is what I feel. And it can be something creative, and you're going to start with things that are around you, or let's just say like whatever talent that you have, you're going to like start irrespective of the fact, like even if you don't feel too confident. I think you're going to be confident, but then even if you feel like you don't have enough, you will still make an effort to start, because the Magician also has a very strong, I'm like it is a manifesting card. So, and it is a card of ideas as well, strong ideas that can bring about good fruits, or it can become successful. That idea can be successful. So I see that you might be starting something of your own, and in the creative field. Okay, so that is what I feel. And you're going to start it's going to be a new chapter, whole new chapter in your life. So that is what I have a feeling. And that was your reading, and I hope you get some form of clarity. Thank you. Okay, the ones who've chosen option 4, your cards are, the first card that you have is the King of Swords, the Lovers, the Hierophant, the Hermit, Six of Pentacles, King of Wands, Come to the Edge, Building Blocks, Deep Knowing, Fork in the Road, and the messages you have. You will feel appreciated. What you sow, you will reap, and will overcome any difficulty. Okay, so how does this particular person feel about you? If I look at these cards, you have the King of Swords, the Lovers, the Hermit, Six of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So there are two kings, okay? King of Swords, then you have the King of Wands. So definitely I feel like you have to make a choice. There's a strong choice that I'm like a choice between two strong individuals, or two strong contenders, okay? Who are in love with you, because the Lovers also is a card of like, I mean, like strong emotions involve deep emotions, but it also talks about the fact that you have to make a decision, because there's this love of your life and there's also a temptation. So someone can be tempting, like really tempting, and then there's like your true love. So with the King of Swords, what I have a feeling like, one of the person, or you for that matter, or the other person, okay, recognizes the fact how they feel about you, or have come to a strong clarity about what you mean to them, because the King of Swords is a communication card as well. And when I see them, it's like this particular person is wearing a blue, um I'm like the cloth is blue, okay, whatever dress that they're wearing, okay, it's blue in color. So that talks about like clarity. So this particular person has clarity about what you mean to them with the Lover's card. They recognize that they have strong feelings for you, but then they are like logical, not emotionally available. That's one of them. But that's one of them. But very much in their power. And then you have the Lover's card. So they cannot deny how they feel about you, okay? And then you have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is someone who plays a lot of mind games according to me. They have this pull and push game, or they're just wired that way that they go about their life in a way where they don't want to settle down, or they're not looking for commitment right away. But then King of Wands is someone who's still like long term, but then the commitment is not going to come right away. That is what I feel like with the King of Wands. So maybe there's this King of Wands that you felt drawn to, but you also recognize the fact there was like imbalance in your connection where you gave too much and the other person just kept receiving. It can be that way. Or it can happen that if I look at these cards together with the Hermit card in between, I feel like either you or the other person right now is at a point of time where they're not feeling good. Okay, they're not in a good place right now. But if you look at this person, this old man, he's standing all alone. So maybe you are feeling all alone, or you are in solitary, maintaining your distance from people and all of that stuff. It can be that. The Hermit card is usually a card of like seeking guidance, and whoever this is for, like no matter whenever this card comes out for me, okay, I'm like I can watch n number of tarot readings, but I'm not going to get my answers. Okay, I can ask people around me, I can ask my mentors and all of that stuff. I'm not going to get the answers because the Hermit forces you to look deep within yourself. The Hermit, I mean, like, even if you get any sort of solution from outside, it does not make sense, or you just don't seem to like get the clarity that you're looking, because the Hermit is talking about looking within, okay, seeking guidance from yourself, like acknowledge the fact that you're not always going to get answers from outside. So that is the Hermit card. So right now, one of the people in this connection with the Hermit card is actually moving towards, or is bringing light to this love. Okay, if you notice this Hermit card, he has a lantern in his hand and it sort of is moving towards the Lovers as well as the King of Swords. So maybe there's a strong need to decide on something. Maybe this particular person is deciding on the fact that, okay, I want true love and I want honesty. I want truth. Like, that is what this particular person wants. One of you in this connection strongly desires love. Okay, that is like true, strong, passionate love. But then you also want integrity from the other person, or want that honesty, okay, that, or the being truthful. Okay, a true relationship, you're wanting a true relationship that's just going to be between the both of you and not between someone else. So right now there might be no communication in this particular pile because you have the Hermit. This particular person might have even ghosted you, like without even telling you. They just might have like things were going really amazing and all that stuff, and all of a sudden there's no communication. Okay, because the King of Swords is has a hard time being emotionally available, so they might have ghosted you. But what I feel like with the Six of Pentacles and the King of Wands, if I see that it's like the Hermit is there and behind him, I see like Six of Pentacles and the King of Wands. I feel like someone will help you out in this connection. Someone is going to become instrumental. Maybe the King of Wands is going to become instrumental in bringing you both together. And like unknowingly, it can happen that they will bring you together. Okay, or the King of Wands is going to bring a major, like someone who's going to become very much important in your life. Like he or she is going to be instrumental in getting the new love of your life, or someone just new, or maybe bringing clarity to this whole situation as well. Okay, so that can happen, but then as far as I see, there's like a very single energy, and it's like I see the King of Swords. He is in his power. I see the Hermit not feeling so great but still looking out for answers. The King of Wands very much in power, okay, and thinking long term. So there's like three cards, if I look here, are like all alone, and then there's this Lovers, and then there's the Six of Pentacles. So again, in the Lovers you have like three people. Again, in the Six of Pentacles there's three people. So one particular person is completely single, and or it can be like two people single but being connected by someone else. It can happen that way. Okay, it's confusing. This particular pile is definitely confusing. Okay, next you have come to the edge, building block, deep knowing, fork in the road. So the decision that you need to be making, okay, I would tell you go ahead and trust your intuition. Okay, go with your gut feeling. Whatever your gut tells you is the right answer. Okay, in this particular reading, if you're going to make a decision, it requires you to trust your gut. That is what it says. And then with the come to the edge and with the building block, I think you have two connections here. One feels exciting, free, exhilarating. There's a sense of freedom that's involved with the come to the edge. So one is definitely very exciting and very uplifting, or let's just say like something which is I mean, something which is without attachments. Okay, exciting but without attachments, without any long term goal or something that this is not going to turn out to be long term. But then there's another connection which is like, you know, a whole new connection which is going to be like the foundation is going to get stronger and then it becomes something solid. Like it's not going to be right away love at first sight sort of a thing. Okay, with come to the edge, this one connection is going to be like a very good first impression, but for the long term it isn't that exciting, or it isn't that promising. But when it comes to building blocks, maybe not exciting in the beginning, but definitely long term and definitely something that you're going to like. It's going to be good, okay? You would see that you're going to have a nice, fantastic life. Like it can turn out to be something really amazing with the building blocks. A connection that's going to grow slow, going to go slow, but then definitely the foundation is really strong and something long term. So I think that is the decision that you need to be making between a connection which is really exciting and free and fun and whatever, like that's almost like bad boy kind of a vibe, and one is like really decent and uplifting, I can say. And yeah, so these are the messages. You will overcome. You can overcome any difficulty, and what you sow, you're going to reap that. So be very wise while making your decision between these two people, because I feel like with the Lovers, it's a decision, and with the Six of Pentacles, I see three people. So definitely a choice to be made, and you will feel appreciated. Choose a connection where you feel like this particular person definitely values you. Okay, so that was your reading, and I hope you get some form of clarity. Thank you. The ones who've chosen pile number 5, your cards are, you had the first three cards fall out for you: Five of Swords, then Four of Pentacles, and then you have the Fool card. So, if I look at this particular card, like these three set of cards, if I look at them, what I have a feeling here is with the Five of Swords, this talks about the fact like it's a third party situation, a connection that almost feels like, a spiteful connection where the other person wants to show you, like, look at this, I won. Okay, but I don't think they really won because the Five of Swords is a card of defeat. So nobody is winning in this connection. So it can be a dynamic where nobody is winning. One person is torn between two people. Okay, and with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like this is you where you're still holding on, but then you're not wanting this new beginning, or not wanting to see this new beginning that you can have, a new start that you can have away from this particular person, because you're still holding on to this connection very strongly and not wanting this beginning. Okay, or not seeing this beginning. It can happen that. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside. And the next set of cards that have fallen out for you is the Seven of Cups, Three of Wands, Two of Swords, Five of Cups, Queen of Swords, Truth be told, and to be fair. And the two messages that you have: working on yourself and your kindness will win someone's heart. If I look at these cards, I feel like one of the things is happening with you very strongly. You have two options for you, because the Seven of Cups talks about having a lot of opportunities, having a lot of admirers. You have that, but you're not willing to see it because, let's admit it, you are still holding on to your past, or you're still holding on to a certain person who's not right for you. So, with the Seven of Cups, you're refusing to see that you have a lot of options, and probably whatever you had about the previous connection was all in your head, or somewhere makes you feel like, was it even real for that matter? Like, you're starting to question a lot of things, and you're just going into this dilemma, or you're just, there's a lot of fantasy that's getting involved. Like, you're getting yourself involved in a lot of drama as well. It can be that. Okay, but with the Three of Wands to Two of Swords, Five of Cups, if I look at these cards, I feel like you have options available to you. So, with the Five of Cups, you need to see that there's something better. I know you regret, I know this particular person regrets losing you. I know they feel sorry for you. I know whatever, all of that stuff. But this particular person, I don't see them making any move towards you. They're not wanting to make this decision. And you should not get yourself involved with someone who's not really clear about you, or who does not want to give you what you desire. Okay, because I don't see them giving you a commitment anytime soon. I don't see that. So what I would tell you is, I would ask you to move on in life, because you have the Three of Wands, and it talks about, like, being open about the idea of someone new into your life, being open about um, looking at the possibilities that life can throw at you. So, this is about being broad minded with the Three of Wands. Just look at even the idea of possibilities. Okay, at least have that in your mind. And with the Two of Swords, I feel like there's definitely two people, very strong two people, wanting your attention, wanting to be recognized, but I don't see you focusing on them. Okay, and with the Queen of Swords, this talks about uh, being independent, and taking the qualities of the Queen of Swords. She's someone who's very independent, knows where she wants to go. Like, even if she's hurt, she is willing to move past that and move forward in her life. She's not going to put up with all of this nonsense. And that is what your cards are telling you to, like, let this situation go and move on in life. And I know it's not easy, and I know you regret certain things. I don't know, and I know that particular person truly regrets losing you, and they're feeling indecisive, but I don't see them making any move towards you. So now it's high time you actually move forward in your life, because With the truth be told and with to be fair, again I see with the to be fair I see two options. Like you're going to get, life is going to offer you two options. Either you can still continue to remain in your past and prolong this new beginning, or it's either best to accept your situation and move towards your future. And with the truth be told, be honest to yourself, okay? Like admit what's the truth, admit, because many of the people they don't want to admit the truth only because it's going to make them feel bad. But then if you don't admit the truth, the healing does not take place. You're not going to start the healing process. I've seen like so many people just try to uh, bury it, and then at one point of time it becomes too much and it just is like staring you right in the face and you cannot do anything about it. Okay, or you just feel like, you feel so down and almost like you cannot move ahead, like move past this. You need to deal with your hurt, you need to like deal with this mess first. You need to be honest. First thing is you need to be honest and journal it, write it out, burn it, do whatever you can to move past this situation. Because with the moment you accept the truth, the moment you accept that maybe you're never going to get the clarity that you require, and tell whatever you want. Like sometimes we force ourselves not to be blunt or not to be spiteful towards the other person, but I'm not asking you to go and be spiteful to them, but then get that emotion out. Okay, get that emotion out, because if you keep it within inside of yourself, it's going to eat you up. And with the truth be told, accept the honesty, be honest, okay, to yourself and to other people that you're dealing with. Very important. Okay, even if this particular new person comes into your life, be honest. And with to be fair, definitely what I feel like, karma is going to play out in this connection. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to go after them for revenge and all that stuff, because what you deserve, you're going to get. And what they deserve, they're going to get. Okay. So be open to this new beginning that's going to happen in your life. And I would say continue to be the kind person that you are, because your kindness is going to win someone's heart. And then keep working on yourself. That's one of the ways to move forward in your life. Okay. So I know this was about how do they feel about you, but I felt like it was very much important that in this particular last reading, I talk about you and not the other person. Okay. So that was your reading, and I hope you get some form of clarity out of this. Thank you.